Welcome to NTD Good Morning.
Here are today's top stories. Travelers in Southern California are urged to reconsider their travel holiday plans as the state braces for heavy rains with the potential for deadly flooding, rock slides, and mudslides.
An explosion at a nursing home near Philadelphia leaves at least 2 dead and injures 20 others. A look at what could be the cause of the deadly incident.
The Department of Homeland Security updates the process for H-1B work visas. DHS will now prioritize certain applicants instead of using a lottery.
The Supreme Court delivers a setback to the Trump administration, a ruling on the deployment of the National Guard to Illinois, undercutting the administration's arguments on presidential authority.
'Tis the season, and in major cities like Chicago, despite the chilling cold, a German Christmas market is shining bright with food and souvenirs.
And are you on the fence about inviting friends over this holiday season? We're going to speak to a columnist who will tell you why you definitely should.
This is NTD Good Morning, live from our global headquarters in New York City. Here are Stephanie Cox and Carrie Dunst.
Merry Christmas, and thank you for joining us.
I'm Alice Tang in for Steph. Today is Wednesday, December 24th. This is NTD Good Morning. And on a serious note, we move to Southern California, where powerful winter storms are threatening their holiday plans.
Millions in California are expected to hit the road for Christmas, but they're likely to meet hazardous travel conditions. Officials are warning residents about potentially deadly flash flooding and mudslides and to reconsider their holiday travel plans.
Staying off the roads whenever possible keeps you safe and frees up the lanes for our first responders and public work crews.
If you're planning to be out on the roads during the Christmas holiday, please reconsider your plans. By the time we get to late Wednesday through Friday, many areas will likely be experiencing significant flooding along with rock slides and mudslides.
Most areas saw scattered showers yesterday, with the system expected to intensify today.
Local and state officials are gearing up to respond to emergencies through the entire week. The state has also deployed resources and first responders to a number of counties along the coast and in Southern California, with the California National Guard on standby to assist. NTD's Christina Corona tells us more from LA.
A major winter storm fueled by an atmospheric river is set to hit Southern California, bringing heavy rain and powerful winds just days after deadly flooding struck Northern California. Officials provided an update on the dangerous holiday storm Tuesday.
Beginning today through Thursday, an atmospheric river is expected to deliver up to 10 inches of rain across Los Angeles County, making it one of the wettest Christmases in recent history.
The Weather Prediction Center has issued a rare level 4 out of 4 high risk for flooding across parts of Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties, impacting nearly 6 million people. The National Weather Service warns widespread flooding, rock slides, and debris flows are likely. Officials urge anyone traveling on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day to use extreme caution. Los Angeles County has issued evacuation orders and warnings for hundreds of properties near recent burn scars, with deputies going door to door. Those orders went into effect at 11 a.m. local time Tuesday.
Currently, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has a total of 124 evacuation orders in place.
Ventura and Santa Barbara counties have also issued evacuation warnings, including mandatory orders for some coastal and burn scar areas.
Storms can bring sudden and severe conditions that may make staying behind extremely risky. If you are told to evacuate, you have an order in place, you are putting your risk and your family's risk or your lives at risk.
Rainfall rates could exceed 1 inch per hour in the mountains of Los Angeles and Santa Barbara counties, enough to trigger flash flooding and life-threatening debris flows. Recent burn scars, including the Eaton and Palisades fire zones, are especially vulnerable, where scorched ground can quickly turn rain into rushing mud and debris.
Strong winds, 50 to 60 miles per hour. The heaviest rain is expected tonight through tomorrow morning and again on Christmas Day.
A flood watch will be in effect from Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday evening.
We have activated key emergency resources, including search and rescue teams and Air Rescue 5 helicopter. which is equipped to deploy swift water rescue capabilities if needed.
Officials urge residents to avoid flooded roadways, stay away from drainage channels, and act before conditions become dangerous. Christina Corona, NTD News.
A tragedy in eastern Pennsylvania. An explosion in a nursing home near Philadelphia claimed at least 2 lives and injured 20 others.
The explosion yesterday collapsed part of the building, sent fire shooting out, and left people trapped inside. Here's more on that.
I was asleep and the whole house shook. It was crazy. I could not believe that.
A fire and explosion erupted in the Bristol Health and Rehab Center near Philadelphia Tuesday afternoon. At least 2 deaths are confirmed. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says firefighters, rescue crews, and bystanders were helping get the nursing home residents to safety.
I want to say that in the immediate moments after the explosion, you saw what real heroism is all about.
Authorities in Bristol Township are investigating a possible gas leak as the cause.
Within approximately 15 to 30 seconds of us exiting the building, knowing there was a heavy odor of natural gas around us, there was another explosion and fire. We kept the fire in check without giving up the source. The fire actually helped us identify where the leak was coming from in the basement, and we just prevented it from spreading into other parts of the building.
I'm hurt. This is my neighborhood, so I feel like they are my family. It sucks, and it's right near Christmas time too.
I would just ask all Pennsylvanians to join Lori and I in prayer for this community, for those who are injured, and for those families who are about to celebrate Christmas with an empty chair at their table.
And we're certainly keeping all those people affected in our hearts and our prayers today. Now, the Department of Homeland Security says the process for the H-1B work visa is being revised to favor highly skilled and higher paid workers.
NTD correspondent Jason Blair reports.
The Trump administration has started updating the selection process for the H-1B work visa, prioritizing, quote, higher skilled and higher paid aliens to better protect the wages, working conditions, and job opportunities for American workers. The new rule will replace the random lottery system. In an announcement, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services says the existing random selection process of H-1B registrations was exploited and abused by U.S. employers who were primarily seeking to import foreign workers at lower wages than they would pay American workers. The announcement says there will be a limit of 65,000 H-1B visas a year, and there will be an additional 20,000 for applicants who hold an advanced degree from a U.S. university. The new change goes into effect at the end of February. And Immigrations and Customs Enforcement says that in a 14-day operation, it arrested 1,030 criminal illegal aliens under the Laken Riley Act. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says in honor of Laken Riley, ICE launched Operation Angel's Honor in the last 2 weeks alone, arresting more than 1,000 criminal illegal aliens under the authority of the Laken Riley Act. President Trump has empowered us to arrest and remove the millions of violent criminal illegal aliens unleashed on the United States by the previous administration. President Trump signed the Laken Riley Act into law in January. It's named in honor of Laken Hope Riley, a nursing student from Georgia. Riley was murdered by a Venezuelan illegal immigrant in February of 2024. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Jason Blair, NTD News.
Thank you, Jason. And a court ruled yesterday that President Trump has the legal authority to raise the fee for H-1B visas to $100,000. And before the change, the fee was between $2,000 and $5,000, depending on the size of the employer.
In a proclamation explaining the fee increase, Trump said the H-1B system suppresses wages and it puts American workers at a disadvantage.
3 people were killed by a bomb today in Moscow. The explosion occurred at the same site where a senior general was killed 2 days ago by a car bomb.
Russian investigators said when 2 police officers approached a man who was acting strangely, they were killed by an explosive device. They added that a 3rd person was also killed, but did not specify who that was.
An official Russian Telegram news channel said the bomber was one of those killed and that he detonated the bomb when approached by the officers. NTD could not confirm those details.
Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Zelensky says the U.S. and Ukraine have reached a consensus on several key issues aimed at bringing an end to the Russia-Ukraine war.
But Zelensky said territorial controls in Ukraine's eastern region and the management of a nuclear power plant remain unsolved. A response is expected from Russia today. Coming up, the U.S. economy is growing at its fastest pace in 2 years.
The Commerce Department reported that the U.S. GDP grew at an annualized 4.3% in the third quarter, topping expectations. What's behind the uptick? We'll have that.
I'm Jonathan Lawson. If you're 50 to 85, I have an important message about security. Write down the number on your screen so you can call when I finish. The lock I want to talk to you about isn't the one on your door. This is a lock for your life insurance, a rate lock that guarantees that once you're insured, your rate can never go up at any time for any reason. But be careful. Many policies you see do not have one. But you can get a lifetime rate lock from Colonial Penn. Call this number to learn more. This plan was designed with a rate lock for people on a fixed income who want life insurance that fits their budget and is simple to get. Coverage options start at $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. Act now, and your rate will be locked in for life. It will never increase, guaranteed. This is lifelong coverage that can never be canceled as long as you pay your premiums, guaranteed. And your acceptance is guaranteed, with no health questions. You cannot be turned down because of your health. Call for your information kit and read about this rate lock for yourself. You'll also get a free beneficiary planner. Both are free with no obligation. Don't miss out. Call for information, then decide. Read about the 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Call this number now.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record important information and your final wishes, and it's yours free just for calling. So don't wait. Call 1-800-357-4821 for your free information. That's 1-800-357-4821. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-357-4821. That's 1-800-357-4821. 1-800-357-4821. Call now.
Kids love it. Parents trust it. Obviously. Explore GJW Plus Kids Series and Ganjiong Campus courses led by expert educators. This is spectacular. Children will learn values like respect, responsibility, and knowledge in language, science, and more. Wow. All while having fun. Perfect. Subscribe today at GJW Plus Kids, where learning meets fun.
Restaurant quality pho with no wait. In just 4 minutes, you get bold, authentic Vietnamese flavor with Pholicious. Available in beef or chicken. Crafted from real beef tallow or chicken, it's comforting and full of tradition. Just add your favorite fresh extras. Every bowl comes packed with everything you need for the ultimate pho experience and ready in minutes. Bring the bold, authentic flavors of Vietnam straight to your home. Pholicious is now available at Walmart or walmart.com.
Welcome back to NTD. New data shows the U.S. economy is growing at its fastest pace in 2 years. Consumer spending, exports, and government spending helped third quarter GDP grow at an annualized 4.3% in the third quarter.
Here's Director of the National Economic Council, Kevin Hassett.
It's a fantastic report, 4.3%. It's just about as good as GDP numbers get. And especially coming, on the heels of the CPI report, Consumer Price Index report we got, which you actually showed some interesting data that is consistent with, that showed that core inflation is all the way down to 1.6%. And so I think that these numbers are showing that President Trump's trade policy and his supply side policy, which is really increasing factory production and so on, is having a big effect, as is his trade policy. So if we abstract from the reduction of the trade deficit, then the 4.3% number would only be 2.6%. So Trump's trade policy is really working as well.
Whole world out there in the third quarter, the United Kingdom grew 0.1, the European Union grew 0.4, and Japan fell 0.6%. Fell 0.6%. Donald Trump's economy grew, the United States of America, the biggest economy in the world, 4.3%. What that means is that Americans overall, all of us, are going to earn 4.3% more money. We're making a raise.
The new number is up from a 3.8% in the second quarter. It also exceeds a 3.5% estimate from the Atlanta Federal Reserve.
Consumer spending was particularly strong, and it's getting stronger. Although it's worth noting there was a rush to buy electric vehicles before the September 30th expiration of tax credits. Exports grew at 8.8%, while imports fell 4.7%. And this is very good for our GDP. In a social media post, President Trump said that tariffs are responsible for what he called, quote, the greatest numbers, adding they will only get better. National Guard troops in New Orleans. The Pentagon announced yesterday that 350 Louisiana National Guard members are set to deploy throughout the state as part of an effort to curb their crime. That's right. The Pentagon said Secretary of War Pete Hegseth authorized the troop activation on Monday. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry supports the deployment. Here's Jeff Landry speaking on Fox.
Look, we know how to make cities safe, and the National Guard complements cities that are having high crime problems. Look at what the president's done in Washington, D.C. When he wanted to send the National Guard into Washington, D.C., Louisiana was one of the first to raise his hand and say, our troops will go there and help you. And the city is so much better. They're going to be here in New Orleans. It's going to help us further crack down on the violence here in the city of New Orleans and elsewhere around Louisiana.
In a post on X, Landry said his state's National Guard members will help ensure safety during the busiest seasons in New Orleans. He added that we owe them all a debt of gratitude for their commitment to our state and nation. The Trump administration has directed numerous National Guard deployments in high-crime inner cities around the country. And the Supreme Court has delivered a setback to the Trump administration. A new ruling denies a request to deploy National Guard troops to the Chicago area. NTD's Arlene Richards has the story.
A majority of Supreme Court justices on Tuesday denied President Trump's bid to deploy more than 300 members of the National Guard to the Chicago area. Trump had federalized National Guard troops in Illinois to enforce federal immigration laws. The Justice Department argued that due to significant resistance and violence against immigration enforcement efforts, it was necessary to bring guardsmen into active federal service. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker argued that there was no public safety need that required the deployment. 6 justices sided with Pritzker and a lower court's order to bar the deployment. The district court judge, April Perry, said the administration's reports about the events in Illinois were unreliable. The Supreme Court's majority reasoned that the law requires the president to first call in the U.S. military to execute the laws of the United States. And before he can do that, he must get approval from Congress. If the regular military is unable to perform their duties, then with the proper authority, the president can deploy National Guardsmen. They stated that the law the administration relied on for the deployment would not allow the military to execute federal law in Illinois. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Neil Gorsuch wrote dissenting opinions. Arlene Richards, NTD News.
The 2025 Kennedy Center Honor Ceremony, which was hosted by President Trump earlier this month, was released last night on the CBS and Paramount Plus streaming services. This marks the first time in the event's 50-year history that any current or former president has been the master of ceremonies. This year, the ceremony honored actor Sylvester Stallone for his role in the Rocky and Rambo series, Gloria Gaynor for her song I Will Survive, and the rock band Kiss country music singer George Strait and actor Michael Crawford. In a post on Truth Social, Trump described the individuals selected as true greats in the history of entertainment. He also joked about considering a full-time career change on making hosting a full-time job.
Trump was chosen to host the show by the Kennedy Center's board, which was also responsible for choosing this year's honorees.
Coming up, are you on the fence about inviting friends over this holiday season? We're going to speak to a columnist who will tell you why you definitely should after this break.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Nice.
My 15-year-old son, Ethan, and I had a fun and relaxing morning. We returned home, and Ethan walked to his best friend's house an hour later. I heard the ambulance scream by the street, carrying my beautiful boy. Ethan was shot in the head in his best friend's house with an unsecured gun. He had zero chance of survival. The father, the gun owner, he stored his 3 guns and bullets in a shoebox.
How do you feel?
That has to be the most horrific experience that a human could ever have.
David, would you give any advice?
First thing you do is not keep your ammunition with your weapons, and that your weapons need to be locked at all times.
Hey, it's Don Ma here, host of NTD Newsroom. I just wanted to take a moment here to extend my personal holiday greetings to everyone. It's because of viewers like you that we are able to continue doing what we do, which is bringing you honest journalism. So from the bottom of my heart and everyone here at NTD News, thank you, happy holidays, and happy New Year.
Welcome back to NTD. It's Christmas Eve, and the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, will once again be tracking Santa Claus this year as he travels around the world bringing gifts to kids across the globe.
That's right. What started 70 years ago as a mistaken phone call from a child to the former Continental Air Defense Command is now a beloved holiday tradition for families everywhere.
So 70 years ago, a young child accidentally dialed the predecessor of NORAD, which is the Continental Air Defense Command, and the colonel who answered the phone heard a child asking him, "Where's Santa Claus?" And the colonel realized, well, we track everything over North America, and so we absolutely can see where Santa Claus is. We normally just track threats, but he looked up where Santa was and reported it to the child, and then our tradition was born.
NORAD began tracking Santa this morning, and the old St. Nick has traveled south from the North Pole and is currently making his way through the Pacific Islands.
That's right. Children can also call 877-HI-NORAD, which 877-446-6723. You'll be able to talk directly to a Santa tracker at NORAD who will be able to tell them Santa's exact location at that moment.
And more than 1,000 volunteers will be staffing NORAD's Santa Operations Center until midnight, Mountain Time tonight, to answer the hundreds of thousands of phone calls that come in from around the world.
There's also a chance you could catch President Trump on the line, as he's also set to take part in the Santa phone call later tonight.
Oh, I don't care. I'm calling him now.
And while the holiday season technically kicked off on Thanksgiving, now that it's Christmas Eve, you still just have a few more days to make your holidays memorable. And joining us now to discuss why you should definitely throw a holiday party and other ways to make the most of the holiday is Jeffrey Tucker. He's founder and president of the Brownstone Institute, and he's a senior columnist with the Epoch Times. Jeffrey, it's great to see you. You recently penned an article in the Epoch Times encouraging people to throw a holiday party. There's a lot of reasons why not to do it. So why should people throw a holiday party?
There's always an excuse not to. You're right. People say, well, my house isn't big enough. I'm not a fancy person. I don't have the right dishes. My house is too messy and dirty. I don't want people to see it. That's the number one reason. And so, yeah, of course, it's always a lot of work. But the major reason to hold a party is to bring delight to others and to start rebuilding community after such a long and difficult period, especially during the pandemic, when we weren't even allowed to hold parties and people were afraid to come to parties. It's a way of showing confidence in your neighbors and making your own personal contribution to building community. There's a lot of things in life we don't control, like politics, but we can control what goes on in our own home. And so that's why I encouraged everybody to do it.
Now, Jeffrey, I think a lot of people have this either fear of failure, imposter syndrome, or they want everything to look like a social media post. But you're saying that you don't need to put a lot of time into it. It doesn't need to be a lot of money. It's really just about kind of opening your home up. So how would you encourage people who may have some of those doubts, to just kind of let go of all that and just open up their home?
Yeah. There's many levels of parties, and it's not that one is better than the other, but you can have just grab some to-go pizzas and throw them on the coffee table, and everybody sit around and share family memories or just talk about their lives. That's a great beginning to a party. There's nothing wrong with that, and everybody can do that. It's great. On the other end, you've got the linen tablecloths and napkins and silver candlesticks and all those sorts of things with crystal and porcelain dishes and silver flatware. That's a great thing too. You can work up to that, and that's also equally beautiful. But the important thing about the party is really the people who are there, the conversation, the good cheer, the warmness, the friendship, and getting out of that isolation so many of us feel. I think sometimes with digital media these days, we tend to sort of burrow down little tiny personal bubbles, with just, one person or somebody that he knows or a wife or something. But it's the broadening of the community that really is the essence of life and intelligence and thinking and getting more optimistic about life. We have to do it. So it doesn't matter whether it's super casual or super fancy. And I like both occasions. The important thing is to be brave, step up, and do it. In some ways, I'm afraid this is becoming a bit of a lost art. So the way to revive an art is to take it on the responsibility yourself, do it. And be brave, be bold, and start rebuilding community.
It's so important, Jeffrey, rebuilding community. And in the spirit of progress, not perfection, what would you say to somebody who maybe hasn't done this because it is a lost art, in a few years? How can they just kind of, take that step? What should they do?
Well, I really think it's very nice to be able to cook for other people. because, anybody can go down the store and buy a prepackaged blah, 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 right? But if you can think about one thing that you cook well, or just often, like hamburgers, something like that, you can do that. And that just means so much more when it's coming from your own kitchen and you do it for other people. You shouldn't be embarrassed about that. Hamburgers are a glorious thing. You can do it. If you want to do something fancier, go for it. I always encourage people when it comes to cooking for other people is make it very, very simple so that you don't spend all your time in the kitchen fussing. That makes people nervous, actually. Like whatever it is, it should be easy and shouldn't take away your time from your guests. So one thing I strongly recommend, and I have a recipe on Epoch Times, I explain how to do it, is a roast. A roast is a wonderful thing. It's the most homey comfort food you can imagine. You can put it in a roast 6 hours before the guests get there, take it out when they do get there, and it just goes straight from the roasting pan to the plate. Everybody will think you're a gourmet chef and you've done almost absolutely nothing. That's a great trick.
Yeah, and some people are warmed up from roasting their turkey, so they have, there's some muscle memory there. But you're right, it makes the whole home smell great, and then it's participatory. Everybody kind of like gets something a little bit different.
Yeah, and there's one other thing I want to point out. We live in kind of times when people are under the impression that everybody's sort of selfish, especially with the inflation, the affordability crisis. People are seen as kind of graspy, and so it means so much if you can give of yourself to others, even if it just means opening a few bottles of wine, giving some food, serving other people. That creates lasting memories and affections and brings delight and joy, especially to the holidays. It's deeply touching, actually, these days to see anyone give of themselves to other people. The other thing is when it comes to conversation, always remember it's not about you. You're asking questions, you're interested in what other people have to say. Minimize your own stories and your own domination of the conversation. Always keep everybody else engaged. And one final thing I will say about this, because I've seen this happen too often, parties come and go. They can have 10, 20, 30 people at them in a house and everybody's crammed together. They come in, they munch on chips and dips, and then they leave, and people wonder what actually happened. Every evening needs one moment in which one person, and you're the hostess, it's your job, clink the glass, quiet everybody down, and say something meaningful and true. Say how much you appreciate everybody, how much you appreciate the town in which we live, the community, all the blessings that God's given you, whatever it's going to be, and then give a toast to the season. That will be the thing that everybody remembers from the evening. But you need that one central moment in which you can sum up the reason for the gathering and give people a warm memory to take home. Don't let the opportunity pass to do that.
Jeffrey, that's such a great idea, and I think that idea of focusing on other people will help get you through any awkward moment, because you can always ask somebody about their family, where they come from, anything, just to get the other person talking. So as we start to finish up, what tips do you have for people who are fortunate enough to be invited to someone's home so that they can contribute to the gathering being
So glad you asked that. There are a few things. One is to never show up empty-handed. You have to take over a box of chocolates. Maybe it's a carton of ice cream, just a small gift of some sort. Always show up with something, and when you're there, and never leave before you thank the host. These are important things. And be sure and leave at a reasonable hour. Sometimes guests feel awkward. They don't know how to leave. Just decide it's time to go. Thank the host, the hostess, be on your way. And then afterwards, the next day or even later that night, at some point in the 24 hours after, you need to send a text. I mean, ideally write a thank you note, but if you can't do that, you send a text just reaffirming how much you appreciate the invitation and how much it meant to you. It's amazing how few people actually do that anymore. That's your job as a guest, to send a thank you note. And one final thing is you should consider reciprocating. Maybe if you've been invited to somebody's house, it's your turn. That's the way My mother always taught me that it's important to reciprocate every invitation. We don't really practice that anymore, but maybe we should. Reciprocation is a nice thing. And that's how you get the culture of community and parties back going again.
Well, if I can end on the way you ended your article, this is the way we rebuild the culture, with one household party at a time. Such great advice, Jeffrey Tucker. Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
He had such great tips. I love when he mentioned to leave at a reasonable time.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one who overstays the welcome, right?
Especially if you stay out on the porch for 2 hours.
People are tired this time of year, too. So it's get in, do the thing, thank the guest, and they get out.
Especially when you thank the guest after
Thank the host, of course,
yes,
yeah.
Thank the host. And then reciprocating. Oh, he's such great tips.
I love it. I love it. Everybody likes a good party, right? So do your part. Do your part, people.
And 'tis the season, and in major cities like Chicago, a German Christmas market is shining bright despite the chilling cold. Stay tuned for details after this break.
That truly matters for each and every one of us. This is what you've been waiting for. See it at least once in your lifetime. Shenyun. Get tickets now. Shenyun.com.
I trod on my glasses yesterday, and I had to pay up front for a new pair that I can't even pick up for another 10 days. So I looked for another way, and I found Select Specs. I ordered online. My new glasses just arrived this morning, and I can pay over the next few weeks. This is the way to buy glasses.
See now, pay later with Select Specs. Next day delivery and deferred payment options, only at selectspecs.com.
Are you sitting at home living in pain? Maybe it's in your hands, maybe your back or your hips. The good news is you don't need to live in pain. Why? Because there is Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, natural, powerful joint relief supplement created from the green lip mussels of New Zealand. Drug-free, non-habit forming. It's small, easy to swallow, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research. If you're experiencing daily aches and pains due to aging and overuse, try Omega XL. Just ask anybody who uses it. The results are undeniable.
I had a lot of joint pain, and that slowed me down.
I had considerable pain in my back.
Really felt the pain. I mean, in my ankles and in my heels.
I'm telling you about something that's gonna change your life. It has revived me.
This works.
I'm not a prisoner anymore to my pain.
As I was getting older, my joints started to feel that wear and tear. But then I tried Omega XL, and it changed my life. Today I'm here at my ranch exercising some of my polo ponies. So as you get older, it gets tougher. I was starting to suffer some of that business, and then I ran into somebody who said, look, you should try Omega XL. And look what it's done. I feel better than I've felt in the last 30 years. Omega XL gave me the ability to get back in the saddle. It works great. If you're in pain, I want you to know that there is real hope out there. I'm living proof. See the difference it can make in your life, just like it did in mine.
Call now or order online to receive our special TV offer. Buy one bottle of Omega XL and get a second free. Plus, we'll also include a free bottle of Vitamin XL D3. 2 free bottles for the price of 1 bottle of Omega XL. A total value of $115. You pay only $49.95 and it ships free. Plus, you get a money-back guarantee. Buy one, get 2 free. Call or go online right now.
Welcome back to NTD. New York knows how to celebrate good things, especially at this time of the year.
And nowhere is that clearer than Herald Square. Just a few short steps from NTD's office here, and NTD's Stephania Cox took a jaunt over there to explore it. Let's join her.
The Macy's Holiday Windows, an invitation to rediscover wonder, hope,
and childlike joy. For more than a century, Macy's has transformed its Broadway facade into a moving storybook, each window a scene of celebration. What began in 1874 as one of the first major store window displays has evolved into a beloved art form of motion, music, and imagination. All of these displays are in chronological order, celebrating various aspects of things that Macy's has started as Christmas traditions throughout the years. And here we have the Thanksgiving Day Parade, which actually started as a Christmas parade, and it began with just the employees of Macy's.
It's absolutely beautiful. Stunning. It's really great.
What's your favorite one?
I think I like the parade one the best so far.
It's a classic, right?
Yeah, it really is.
What I really enjoy is the creativity, the colors, and the movements. You know, there's like the black and white work, and then there's so many colors, and it's so festive and bright.
I'm loving it. It's great.
Are you here for this?
Yeah, I'm here for this. Yeah, just for this. Yeah, that's what I came here for.
This year's theme, brought to life by a team of artists, carpenters, and designers, took nearly a year to create. The mechanical figures, tiny cityscapes, and shimmering snow make each window a world of its own. Just a few floors up, Macy's Santaland continues another cherished story, the chance to meet the man in red himself. Since 1948, generations of New Yorkers have made the journey to tell Santa their wishes amid snow-capped trees, toy trains, and endless smiles.
Merry Christmas!
More than 250,000 visitors pass through Santaland each season, keeping alive a bit of holiday magic that never seems to fade. Just outside, the holiday market hums with its own spirit. Warm lights and the scent of cinnamon drift through the air as vendors share their crafts, treats, and traditions. I'm here at Bell Fries, which has some very intriguing recipes on display. I see fries with caviar, and that's your central piece, it looks like. Tell me about some of the other things you got going on.
Yeah, so this is our full menu. Our main item is our Belgian fries, and our name is Bell Fries because fries originated in Belgium and not France. So we're renaming French fries to Bell Fries.
Did you start this business?
Yes, I did.
And what's the mission behind it?
To serve the best fries to everyone in America. They're thicker cut, twice fried, paired with artisanal sauces, traditionally served in paper cones, the way we serve them here. Both super delicious. We make them all in-house every day, our own recipes. So yeah, go ahead.
Let's begin. Can't wait. Oh my gosh. Which one? Okay, honey mustard. So good. So good. Wow, it's really getting packed here. Okay. Chocolate covered strawberries. Pretty good. Something for everybody. Really quite a long line, I've got to say, for a cold night.
It's an hour-long wait for the cookies, but it's a whole bucket for $45 or $40, something like that, and it's delicious. I've had it already, and this is my second time. Yeah.
So what makes them unique?
They're very soft, and I don't know, they're just like delicious. I'm not usually a chocolate chip cookie fan, but I love these, so I really recommend it.
Have you seen anything else in the market so far?
Yes, I've loved the hot chocolate. There's a bunch of flavors, and the lobster roll fries are really delicious too.
And just a few paces from Macy's is New York City's first ever double-decker carousel, featuring a few unusual animals, ostriches, dragons, hummingbirds, to name a few. Moments like these, simple and bright, bring warmth to chilly nights and stitch the season's magic into lasting memories. Did you notice the carousel over there?
Yes.
That's where we're headed.
We were trying to force our parents, but they said the line is too long.
The line is so long. In the city that never sleeps, Christmas never really ends. It just glows brighter each year. Whether through the sparkle of Macy's windows, a ride on a carousel, or a wish whispered to Santa. New York reminds us that joy still lives right here in the heart of winter. From Herald Square to homes everywhere, Merry Christmas from New York.
Well, we're missing Stephania, but so nice to get a Christmas message from her. And it truly is Herald Square, a miracle on 34th Street. So much Christmas spirit there.
She's still in our hearts and in your hearts too. And while New York City is buzzing with holiday magic, you definitely don't want to miss Chicago's Christkindl Market.
Often called the most authentic European Christmas market outside of Europe, it's become the city's most cherished winter tradition, and NTD recently visited and captured the full experience. Have a look at that.
The snow is falling, the wind is blowing, all a sign that winter has arrived. About an hour before the market opens, people are already bustling, getting ready for a special flair and charm. Named as one of the best Christmas markets worldwide and the #1 outside of Europe in 2022, the Christkindl Market brings together beloved German and other European traditions with international touches and local charm. Inspired by Nuremberg's famous 16th century outdoor Christmas market in Germany, it's loved for its high-quality gifts, delicious food, festive atmosphere, and being a perfect spot for families to create a special holiday memory.
The Christkindl Market Chicago started in 1996. Back then we started at Pioneer Court with only 13 vendors. Here we are in 2025. It's our 29th season and we have more than 55 vendors now. We have vendors from all around the world here at the market. So 60% of our vendors are actually from Germany. Some of them have been with us since the beginning. Some have used this as a platform for their market entry into the US. And then same applies to our team. We have a very international team. So we have Germans, Americans, we have colleagues from India, Russia. It's a very international team.
Undeterred by the bitter cold, people from all over are lining up, some for nearly an hour, just to join in the winter celebration. Despite the frigid, bone-chilling temperatures, the turnout remains strong, and the holiday spirit is alive and well. For almost 2 decades of setting foot in the Windy City, from a small court in River North to the Daily Plaza in downtown Chicago, this cultural enclave of Germany has now 3 different locations in the Chicagoland areas, garnering over 2 million visitors every year.
We are part of the German-American Chamber of Commerce of the Midwest. We are German-American Events, the event organizers. So this is where the company is in Chicago. So we wanted to find a way to further bilateral trade between the US and Germany. So this is our hometown and we love to bring a piece of Germany, a piece of home to the plaza, to the heart of the city.
If you're an early bird who doesn't want to wait until 11 a.m. to get into the market, here's another unique option.
So we're actually going to learn about that a little bit when we get further over to the...
Sign up for a behind-the-scenes guided tour and gain some exclusive insights into vendors' unique offerings with German holiday traditions.
Our culture and cheer tours are only Thursdays through Sundays, and we only have 45 slots every morning. So it starts out in the heated timber house, where the people receive their goodie bags, and we have some pictures up there of our mug wall, of previous years at the market, and then we stroll around the entire market. We have several stops along the way. We learn about traditions, culture, the vendors. Some of the vendors are there to set up and say hi.
Cheers!
And as a unique bonus, at the end of the tour, a lesson on learning German. Each year, the Christkindl Market releases their own mugs for visitors. Annual mugs, non-alcoholic mugs, and annual beer stein. And yes, those are more than just souvenirs. You can actually get hot cider or hot chocolate in those mugs to keep you warm on those freezing cold days. And take back a Christmas gift with you in hand. As the first bells chime and the market gates swing open, vendors from every corner of Germany and far beyond unfurl their wooden stalls in a glorious riot of color and scent. Hand-carved treasures and glittering gifts spill across tables. Delicate ornaments catch the morning light like frozen stars.
I'm doing that for 27 years now to be part of this market. We emphasize on the character is called Krampus. Krampus is a very old tradition we have in Europe actually, but it started in Austria, spread out to Germany, all the way up to the Netherlands. And Krampus is together with St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas Day is the 6th of December. St. Nicholas comes to all the good kids. And Krampus Night or Krampus Day is the 5th of December, and Krampus would take care of the not-so-good kids. Some people call it the Christmas demon here in English, but I do not confirm that. You know, he's not a demon. So he's just a character we have, and he looks very scary, but he's actually a good guy, because if you have been good, there's nothing to fear. Most of the things are made at our own workshop in Munich or in Salzburg, and we also have ornaments, and we focus on wooden products here in this booth. So we are a small company and everything is handmade.
This is the Bierstein booth. They're all imported from Germany and they're handmade. They're all made from clay, and they're all made from family-owned businesses in Germany. They're expensive because they're all handmade. We also have some cheaper ones, and in general they start at $30 and it goes all the way up to $350. So we have basically everything for any customer.
And in case you get a bit too cold, you're welcome to come inside the Timber House tents to warm up, sharing a glue vine with friends and family, or swooping in on the snack spread at the Sweet Castle. At the time of this report, a record snowstorm hit Chicago areas as well as most of the Midwest. Flights canceled, traffic disrupted, snow piled inches within hours. Although Mother Nature gave Christkindl Market the perfect holiday environment, all 3 locations had to close early by 4 p.m., including all activities such as the glassmaking events at the Aurora site and the ice rink at Wrigleyville. But that didn't deter visitors. Many came for the gifts, others for the food, and everyone leaving with red noses and holiday spirit. But will Christkindl Market expand into other major cities like New York?
For us, we organize the markets here in the Chicagoland area. We know that there are several types of Christmas markets around the country organized by different organizations. But for us, we have these 3 Chicagoland markets. We always get inquiries for expansions, for new markets, and of course we're always considering it every year. But there goes a lot into it, right? A lot of planning, a lot of requirements to make that happen.
Perhaps there will be a chance to see Christkindl Market shining bright in other major cities next year. But for now, it remains a gem in Chicago.
What a great package from our team. I know they were so excited to travel to Chicago, and of course the snow timing perfectly with their arrival. So it was bitter cold, but that just makes it even better, right? It's just that
with
warm
the white blanket over it.
Absolutely. It was, such a great package. It was a great time to go. Well, that's all we do have time for now. We have to end the show. We want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
And it's great to talk to you and also to tell you about our current news. And for around-the-clock original news coverage, watch us live at ntd.com/live or download our NTD app. Merry Christmas. I'm Alice Tang.
I'm Carrie Dunst. We'll see you soon.
Behind every headline in Washington, there's a story that could shape your future. With the Capitol Report, you get more than just the news. You get direct access to the White House and the Capitol. Every day, we bring you exclusive interviews with lawmakers, analysts, and experts, plus in-depth coverage of the decisions being made in Washington, D.C. Broadcasting live from the nation's capital, you witness events as they unfold, straight from the heart of Washington, keeping you connected, informed, and always a step ahead.
I didn't ask to lose my mother or to be abused at 5 years old. I didn't ask to be kicked out of my house with nowhere to go. I didn't ask for any of this. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there. Thanks to their love and support, and to generous people like you, I got what I needed to take control of my life.
For the young people who didn't ask to be put in unthinkable situations, Covenant House is there providing safety, hope, and a brighter future. Call or go online now. For a gift of only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can provide hot meals, safe shelter, medical care, and love to more than 2,000 young people who sleep at a Covenant House every night. 1 in 10 young adults will experience homelessness this year. Your gift can help reach them when they need it most.
I didn't ask for my parents and my family to disown me. I didn't ask to end up in a homeless shelter. The beauty of it all is that I found Covenant House.
The need is overwhelming, but your monthly support will make sure no young person is ever turned away. Call or go online right now to safeplacetosleep.org with your gift of just $19 a month. With your monthly donation, you'll receive this soft, comforting blanket as a reminder of the warmth and safety your gift will provide a young person tonight.
Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today. If there's no Covenant House, where would I be today?
Your monthly gift is urgently needed to reach young people in communities like yours who didn't ask to be put in unthinkable situations. Show them they're loved and not alone. Call the number on your screen or go online to safeplacetosleep.org.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Meyer, and from all of us here at NTD Evening News and China in Focus, we wish you an extra magical holiday season and a wonderful start to the new year.
Welcome to NTD Good Morning.
Here are today's top stories. Travelers in Southern California are urged to reconsider their holiday plans as the state braces for heavy rains with the potential for deadly flooding, rock slides, and mudslides.
And an explosion at a nursing home near Philadelphia leaves at least 2 dead and injures 20 others. A look at what could be the cause of this accident.
The Department of Homeland Security updates the process for H-1B work visas. DHS will now prioritize certain applicants instead of using a lottery.
The U.S. economy is growing at its fastest pace in 2 years. Commerce Department reporting that U.S. GDP grew at an annualized 4.3% in the third quarter, topping expectations. What's behind the uptick?
The annual downtown DC holiday market is back this year, offering local music and dozens of different options for food and souvenirs, with more than 100 different vendors to choose from.
And NORAD continues its annual tradition of tracking Santa's sleigh as it travels across the globe, while opening their phone lines for kids to call in to get a live update on Santa's location.
This is NTD Good Morning, live from our global headquarters in New York City. Here are Stephanie Cox and Carrie Dunst.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us, and Merry Christmas.
I'm Alice Tang, and today is Wednesday, December 24th. This is NTD Good Morning. And on a more serious note, to Southern California, where powerful winter storms are threatening their holiday plans.
Yeah, millions in California are expected to hit the road for Christmas, but they're likely to meet hazardous travel conditions, and officials are warning the residents to potentially stay away because there's going to be deadly flash flooding, mudslides, and that they should reconsider their holiday travel plans.
Staying off the roads whenever possible keeps you safe and frees up the lanes for our first responders and public work crews.
If you're planning to be out on the roads during the Christmas holiday, please reconsider your plans. By the time we get to late Wednesday through Friday, many areas will likely be experiencing significant flooding along with rock slides and mudslides.
Most areas saw scattered showers yesterday, with the system expected to intensify today.
Local and state officials are gearing up to respond to emergencies through the week. The state has also deployed resources and first responders to a number of counties along the coast and in Southern California, with the California National Guard on standby to assist. NTD's Christina Corona brings us more from Los Angeles.
A major winter storm fueled by an atmospheric river is set to hit Southern California, bringing heavy rain and powerful winds just days after deadly flooding struck Northern California. Officials provided an update on the dangerous holiday storm Tuesday.
Beginning today through Thursday, an atmospheric river is expected to deliver up to 10 inches of rain across Los Angeles County, making it one of the wettest Christmases in recent history.
The Weather Prediction Center has issued a rare level 4 out of 4 high risk for flooding across parts of Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties, impacting nearly 6 million people. The National Weather Service warns widespread flooding, rock slides, and debris flows are likely. Officials urge anyone traveling on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day to use extreme caution. Los Angeles County has issued evacuation orders and warnings for hundreds of properties near recent burn scars, with deputies going door to door. Those orders went into effect at 11 a.m. local time Tuesday.
Currently, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has a total of 124 evacuation orders in place.
Ventura and Santa Barbara counties have also issued evacuation warnings, including mandatory orders for some coastal and burn scar areas.
Storms can bring sudden and severe conditions that may make staying behind extremely risky. If you are told to evacuate, you have an order in place, you are putting your risk and your family's risk or your lives at risk.
Rainfall rates could exceed 1 inch per hour in the mountains of Los Angeles and Santa Barbara counties, enough to trigger flash flooding and life-threatening debris flows. Recent burn scars, including the Eaton and Palisades fire zones, are especially vulnerable, where scorched ground can quickly turn rain into rushing mud and debris.
Strong winds, 50 to 60 miles per hour. The heaviest rain is expected tonight through tomorrow morning and again on Christmas Day.
A flood watch will be in effect from Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday evening.
We have activated key emergency resources, including search and rescue teams and Air Rescue 5 helicopter, which is equipped to deploy swift water rescue capabilities if needed.
Officials urge residents to avoid flooded roadways, stay away from drainage channels, and act before conditions become dangerous. Christina Corona, NTD News.
A tragedy in eastern Pennsylvania. An explosion in a nursing home near Philadelphia claimed at least 2 lives and injured 20 others.
Yeah, the explosion yesterday collapsed part of the building, sent fire shooting out, and left people trapped inside. Here's more on that.
I was asleep and the whole house shook. It was crazy. I could not believe that.
A fire and explosion erupted in the Bristol Health and Rehab Center near Philadelphia Tuesday afternoon. At least 2 deaths are confirmed. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says firefighters, rescue crews, and bystanders were helping get the nursing home residents to safety.
I want to say that in the immediate moments after the explosion, you saw what real heroism is all about.
Authorities in Bristol Township are investigating a possible gas leak as the cause.
Within approximately 15 to 30 seconds of us exiting the building, knowing there was a heavy odor of natural gas around us, there was another explosion and fire. We kept the fire in check without giving up the source. The fire actually helped us identify where the leak was coming from in the basement, and we just prevented it from spreading into other parts of the building.
I'm hurt. This is my neighborhood. So I feel like they are my family. It sucks. And it's right near Christmas time too.
I would just ask all Pennsylvanians to join Lori and I in prayer for this community, for those who are injured, and for those families who are about to celebrate Christmas with an empty chair at their table.
Our hearts goes out to them. And on the lighter note, new data shows the U.S. economy is growing at its fastest pace in 2 years. Consumer spending, exports, and government spending helped third quarter GDP grow at an annualized 4.3% in the third quarter.
Here's Director of the National Economic Council, Kevin Hassett.
It's a fantastic report, 4.3%. It's just about as good as GDP numbers get. And especially coming, on the heels of the CPI report, Consumer Price Index report we got, which you actually showed some interesting data that it's consistent with, that showed that core inflation is all the way down to 1.6%. And so I think that these numbers are showing that President Trump's trade policy and his supply side policy, which is really increasing new factory production and so on, is having a big effect, as is his trade policy. So if we abstract from the reduction of the trade deficit, then the 4.3% number would only be 2.6%. So Trump's trade policy is really working as well.
Whole world out there in the third quarter, the United Kingdom grew 0.1, the European Union grew 0.4, and Japan fell 0.6%. Fell 0.6%. Donald Trump's economy grew, the United States of America, the biggest economy in the world, 4.3%. What that means is that Americans overall, all of us, are going to earn 4.3% more money. We're making a raise.
The new number is up from 3.8% in the second quarter. It also exceeds a 3.5% estimate from the Atlanta Federal Reserve.
Consumer spending was particularly strong, and it's getting stronger, although it is worth noting there was a rush to buy electric vehicles before the September 30th expiration of the tax credits.
Exports grew at 8.8%, while imports fell 4.7%. And this is very good for our GDP.
In a social media post, President Trump said that tariffs are responsible for what he called the greatest numbers, adding, quote, "They will only get better." And as we find ourselves counting down the final days of the year, it's a great time to reflect on what has been one of the most headline-driven political years in recent memory. Joining us to discuss some of the major moments is Mike Leon. He's host of the podcast Can We Please Talk? And Republican strategist Angie Wong. Thank you both for joining me. Kicking off with you, Angie, what was the most positive news headline of the political year for you?
Oh, hi, Carrie, and happy holidays. My favorite part of 2025 is actually something that we don't talk a lot about anymore, which is Tom Homan's accomplishments. He has saved over 130 children who illegally crossed the borders. They came in during the Biden administration and everyone forgot about them. He was able to, as of December, according to Epoch Times, save 130,000 children. That's under the Trump administration. We didn't know where they went into. We knew that some of them went into sex slavery, forced labor, and other just awful, awful mistreatment. And so now I think the Trump administration is working to get them home. I know that Tom Homan has recently said that he's working with the AG of Guatemala. I was so lucky to be there when that introduction was made to the AG of Guatemala, and Tom Homan had his phone call with her. And it's one of those things where all these families who are missing children, mainly in South America, they're hopefully going to get returned home at some point. I know that's been a process, but that's been my favorite moment.
Saving children, nothing more important. And Mike, your favorite moment of the year?
Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Angie, good to see you as well. I think we got to go back to the election that happened in New York City with the mayor's race, and not necessarily the outcome, but what we saw on the ground from Zohran Mamdani's campaign throughout the year, I think is something that Democrats are going to try to emulate. And then obviously the high voter turnout, right? New York City having its highest voter turnout in almost 60 years. I think that's a huge accomplishment. And I hope that there's more people that realize that in order to impact and in order to have your voice heard, you have to go to the ballot box. You can't sit these elections out. You can't complain about it to me later on via text or email. You know who you are, people that watch this. So go out there and vote. And I think you saw the ground swelling, the way he ran his grassroots campaign. I think things are going to be mirrored in perpetuity by potentially both parties. And I think, again, the voter turnout, we saw it in big numbers in New York City and in some other states. But I think that hopefully carries over into 2026.
Certainly was a unexpected outcome just based on, Cuomo throwing his weight into the election. So certainly one of the top stories, no doubt. And Angie, in the holiday spirit, what was the most bipartisan moment for you when you think back on the year?
There's been a few. Funny enough, I mean, look, Mike and I are sitting here talking, having a great discussion. I think there's going to be a lot more of that. I think we realize we got to come together and find some sort of middle ground. There's a lot of things that we all agree on. We're all neighbors and we're all part of this community and we want to see a better America. We may have different approaches, but my favorite bill is the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act. I can't believe in 2010 that Obama removed whole milk from cafeterias and schools, claiming that it caused obesity. I'm drinking whole milk right now in my coffee. So I'm very happy to see that I think it was Representative Thompson, Senator Welch of Vermont, and also Senator Marshall, who brought this bill to Congress this year and passed it. So now we have whole milk back in our schools.
You bring up a great point, right? We have more in common than we have apart. And really, it's the fringes of both parties. But on most things, like getting children to safety, bringing them nutritious food. So, Mike, for you, what was the highlight bipartisan moment for you of 2025?
Yeah, well, I'll echo what Angie said. We got to come together. As long as I'm right more often than you, Angie, that's what really matters. But I am drinking whole milk as well in my coffee. One thing that just recently happened, and it's from two members of California that are in polar opposite districts, Sam Liccardo and Kevin Kiley. They came together because of the ACA and the expiration of these tax credits. They came together and worked on a bill. Liccardo represents, Silicon Valley, very blue of blue, right, in the tech industry. And Kiley represents the 3rd district in Northern California, which is right like on the border of Nevada, where you get a lot more suburban voters, right? And it's a reddish district. And they come together and they realize that we have a huge crisis in this country of people affording insurance, right? And 22 million people are going to be kicked off of this insurance if we don't do something about it. And it expands on certain things that have already been written into different laws and different compromises by other bipartisan compromises and legislation that's been put forward. And it also doesn't increase the deficit, and it shows a pathway to doing that. So I think that type of bipartisan compromise is what the American people want. Get along, work together. It's why we split the ticket. It's why we want you guys and gals out there to play nice with each other, because at the end of the day, it's human beings and human lives that are at stake.
And Mike, staying with you, what was your funniest moment of the year politically?
Well, I got to do the impression, Carrie, if it's going to be the funniest moment, because the funniest moment happened when Zohran Mamdani and Donald Trump met in the Oval Office. Because I think, to me, and I've always said this on the show, there's an element of professional wrestling in American politics. When Mamdani was asked the question about, is he a fascist? And Trump goes, no, it's okay. You can go ahead. You can say it. It's okay. It's no big deal. I know you don't mean it. And in that, to me, represented that neither of them truly meant what they said. Mamdani's not a communist. He's not. I'm telling you, as a kid that grew up, my dad grew up in a communist country. And it's these buzzwords and phrases, Carrie, that you and I have always talked about. Like, we've got to abandon these. There are different, to Angie's point, there are different solves to how we get somewhere and how we execute policy. But the buzzwords and phrases don't help. I don't use it in my lexicon. I wouldn't recommend other people use it in their lexicon. We can argue with each other vehemently for sure, but the buzzwords and phrases need to be riddled out of our society. There's a reason why my show is called Can We Please Talk? I want to talk to people. I'm not trying to argue with everybody. I want to find out root causes. And the element of professional wrestling in politics, I wish it would be removed, but that Oval Office meeting, everyone thought was going to go one direction. It went the opposite direction. And that highlight, that moment of him saying, no, it's okay. I know you don't mean it. It just further shined a light for me that the element of professional wrestling was lifted. The veil was unlifted. These guys don't necessarily mean anything. And then when they sat together, they realized they had more in common than not.
They both love New York, and you see that similarly when Trump meets with Keir Starmer, who is on the other side on most political issues, but they have to work together to get things done. Angie, finishing up with you, what was your funniest political moment of 2025?
Yeah, mine's also an Oval Office visit, but by Zelensky with the Trump administration sitting there, and the gloves came off. We got to see what happens in Washington. So on the one hand was Zoran Mondani meeting with President Trump. We saw most of it was very performative, right? I mean, they knew what was going on. It was well scripted. Whereas when Zelensky went asking for another blank check from President Trump, the gloves really came off there. We got to see real raw politics at work and what, well, Americans think of Zelensky. And now he's, in peril because now he's had to go to the EU. He's got to go to his other allies seeking money to continue his endless war. So I thought that was one of the best moments. Maybe not the funniest, but I found it a little bit funny only because you rarely see things so off script.
Yeah, both you and Mike pointing to an honest moment. It's funny and it's just, lifting the veil. We can all agree that we like whole milk in our coffee. And to both of you, Mike Leon and Angie Wong, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We're very grateful for your participation.
Yeah.
Merry
Thanks,
Christmas
Carrie.
to you both.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
3 people were killed by a bomb today in Moscow. The explosion occurred at the same site where a senior general was killed 2 days ago by a car bomb.
Russian investigators said when 2 police officers approached a man who was acting strangely, they were killed by an explosive device. They added that a 3rd person was also killed, but did not specify who that person was in the incident.
An official Russian Telegram news channel said the bomber was one of those killed and that he detonated the bomb when approached by the officers. NTD, however, could not confirm those details.
Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Zelensky says the U.S. and Ukraine have reached a consensus on several key issues aimed at bringing an end to the Russia-Ukraine war.
But Zelensky said territorial control in Ukraine's eastern region and the management of a nuclear power plant remain unsolved. A response is expected from Russia today. Coming up, the Supreme Court delivers a setback to the Trump administration.
A ruling on the deployment of the National Guard to Illinois, undercutting the administration's arguments on presidential authority. We're going to have that and more. We'll be right back.
Kids love it. Parents trust it. Obviously. Explore GJW Plus Kids Series and Ganjion Campus courses led by expert educators. This is spectacular. Children will learn values like respect, responsibility, and knowledge in language, science, and more. Wow. All while having fun. Perfect. Subscribe today at GJW Plus Kids, where learning meets fun.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day, just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time, get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one, get one free offer goes away.
I've stayed hidden for decades, but I had to come back because they started selling Folicious at Walmart. This isn't your average soup. It's made with real beef tallow and fresh spices. They think I survive on berries and bark, but this is real pho with real broth, and I'm never going back. They followed the smell of the pho. I gotta move. If they find this stash, it's over. Folicious. Restaurant quality, anywhere.
Welcome back to NTD. Good morning. The Department of Homeland Security says the process for H-1B work visas is being revised. It's going to favor highly skilled and higher paid workers.
NTD correspondent Jason Blair reports.
The Trump administration has started updating the selection process for the H-1B work visa, prioritizing, quote, higher skilled and higher paid aliens to better protect the wages, working conditions, and job opportunities for American workers. The new rule will replace the random lottery system. In an announcement, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services says the existing random selection process of H-1B registrations was exploited and abused by U.S. employers who were primarily seeking to import foreign workers at lower wages than they would pay American workers. The announcement says there will be a limit of 65,000 H-1B visas a year, and there will be an additional 20,000 for applicants who hold an advanced degree from a U.S. university. The new change goes into effect at the end of February. And Immigrations and Customs Enforcement says that in a 14-day operation, it arrested 1,030 criminal illegal aliens under the Laken Riley Act. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says in honor of Laken Riley, ICE launched Operation Angel's Honor in the last 2 weeks alone, arresting more than 1,000 criminal illegal aliens under the authority of the Laken Riley Act. President Trump has empowered us to arrest and remove the millions of violent criminal illegal aliens unleashed on the United States by the previous administration. President Trump signed the Laken Riley Act into law in January. It's named in honor of Laken Hope Riley, a nursing student from Georgia. Riley was murdered by a Venezuelan illegal immigrant in February of 2024. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Jason Blair, NTD News.
Thank you, Jason. And on a serious note, a court ruled yesterday that President Trump has the authority to raise the fee for H-1B visas to, let's hear this, $100,000. And before the change, this fee was between $2,000 and $5,000, depending on the size of the employer.
Yeah, really jacking up that price almost 20 times. In a proclamation explaining the fee increase, Trump said that the H-1B system suppresses wages and puts American workers at a disadvantage.
A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration's attempt to reallocate Homeland Security funding away from so-called sanctuary states.
Earlier this year, 12 attorneys general sued the administration after they learned that their states would receive the reduced federal grants. The cuts were tied to their failure to cooperate with certain federal immigration efforts.
In a 48-page ruling, U.S. District Judge Mary McElroy found that the government's funding decisions wrongly took into consideration the state's stances on immigration enforcement.
She said some of the funding supported counterterrorism programming.
The judge said the $1 billion federal program would be vital in responding to tragedies such as the recent Brown University attack, where a gunman killed 2 students and injured 9 others.
In a statement, DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said that the department plans on fighting the order. Meanwhile, the attorneys general who sued the administration, of course, applaud the ruling.
A federal judge has dismissed the Trump administration's challenge to New York's green light law. yesterday, upholding the state's issuing driver licenses to individuals without their proof of legal U.S. residency.
U.S. District Judge Ann Nardacci in Albany ruled that the Trump administration failed to support its claim that the state law unlawfully regulates or discriminates against the federal government.
The Justice Department sued the state of New York over the law back in January, naming Governor Kathy Hochul and New York Attorney General Letitia James as the defendants.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi accused the two of prioritizing illegal aliens over American citizens. However, Judge Nardacci wrote, though that her job was not to evaluate the law as a policy matter, but whether it violates the precedents that federal law has over state law.
The Green Law Act, the Green Light Law, was enacted partly to improve public safety on the roads, making it easier for people without the standard driver licenses to get auto insurance.
Under the law, people who don't have a valid Social Security number can submit an alternative form of ID, including passports or foreign driver's licenses.
The Pentagon announced yesterday that about 350 Louisiana National Guard members are set for deployment throughout the state as part of an effort to curb their crime.
The Pentagon said Secretary of War Pete Hegseth had authorized the troop activation on Monday, and Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry supports this deployment. Here he is speaking on Fox News.
Look, we know how to make cities safe, and the National Guard complements cities that are having high crime problems. Look at what the president's done in Washington, D.C. When he wanted to send the National Guard into Washington, D.C., Louisiana was one of the first to raise his hand and say, our troops will go there and help you. And the city is so much better. They're going to be here in New Orleans. It's going to help us further crack down on the violence here in the city of New Orleans and elsewhere around Louisiana.
In a post on X, Landry said his state's National Guard members will help ensure safety during the busiest season in New York and New Orleans. He added that we owe them all debt of gratitude for their commitment to our state and nation.
The Trump administration has directed numerous National Guard deployments in high-crime inner cities around the country. And the Supreme Court has delivered a setback to the Trump administration. A new ruling denies a request to deploy National Guard troops to the Chicago area. NTD's Arlene Richards has this story.
A majority of Supreme Court justices on Tuesday denied President Trump's bid to deploy more than 300 members of the National Guard to the Chicago area. Trump had federalized National Guard troops in Illinois to enforce federal immigration laws. The Justice Department argued that due to significant resistance and violence against immigration enforcement efforts, it was necessary to bring guardsmen into active federal service. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker argued that there was no public safety need that required the deployment. 6 justices sided with Pritzker and a lower court's order to bar the deployment. The district court judge, April Perry, said the administration's reports about the events in Illinois were unreliable. The Supreme Court's majority reasoned that the law requires the president to first call in the U.S. military to execute the laws of the United States. And before he can do that, he must get approval from Congress. If the regular military is unable to perform their duties, then with the proper authority, the president can deploy National Guardsmen. They stated that the law the administration relied on for the deployment would not allow the military to execute federal law in Illinois. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Neil Gorsuch wrote dissenting opinions. Arlene Richards, NTD News.
And up ahead, NORAD continues its annual tradition of tracking Santa's sleigh as he goes across the globe, while opening their phone lines for kids to call in and get a live update on Santa's location.
The annual downtown DC holiday market is back this year, offering local music and dozens of different options for food and souvenirs. With more than 100 different types of vendors to choose from. We'll be back with that after this break.
You see certain things get reincarnated in your children. My daughter is very much inspired by my wife's artistic pursuits. So my daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanted to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. Love your mind.
Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Hi, I'm Steve Lance, and from everyone here at the Capitol Report and the entire NTD family, we wish you a joyous holiday season, a very Merry Christmas, and a healthy and happy New Year.
Welcome back to NTD. It's Christmas Eve, and the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, will once again be tracking Santa Claus this year as he travels around the world bringing gifts to children across the globe.
That's right, Alice. What started 70 years ago as a mistaken phone call from a child to the former Continental Air Defense Command is now a beloved holiday tradition for families everywhere.
So 70 years ago, a young child accidentally dialed the predecessor of NORAD, which is the Continental Air Defense Command, and the colonel who answered the phone heard a child asking him, "Where's Santa Claus?" And the colonel realized, well, we track everything over North America, and so we absolutely can see where Santa Claus is. We normally just track threats, but he looked up where Santa was and reported it to the child, and then our tradition was born.
NORAD began tracking Santa this morning, and the old Saint Nick has traveled south from North Pole and is currently making his way through Australia.
Children can also call 877-HI-NORAD to talk directly to a Santa tracker who will be able to tell them Santa's precise current location.
More than 1,000 volunteers will be staffing NORA's Santa Operations Center until midnight Mountain Time tonight to answer the hundreds of thousands of phone calls that come in from around the world.
There's also a chance you could catch President Trump, the commander-in-chief, on the line, as he is also set to take part in the Santa phone calls later tonight. That would be something. You dial up NORAD to see where Santa is, and
You get Trump
President
on the
Trump
line.
comes on the line and he gives you the location.
Oh, what a surprise.
Probably give you a few other things too while he's telling you that, right?
And the White House is decked out for the holidays with a heartfelt theme from the First Lady Melania Trump.
Patriotic displays honor family, tradition, and our nation's upcoming milestone. And NTD's Washington correspondent Mari Otsu brings us more from the beautifully decorated White House.
First Lady Melania Trump unveiling the 2025 White House Christmas decorations with the theme "Home is where the heart is." This year's decorations highlight patriotism, family, and tradition, with a special nod to the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
In the Blue Room stands the official White House Christmas tree, an 18-foot concolor fir tree from Sidney, Michigan, which the First Lady welcomed to the White House the week of Thanksgiving, arriving in horse-drawn carriage for her inspection. It's decorated with ornaments showing each state's bird and flower, and gold stars honoring Gold Star families.
Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives. It's what you've done.
The Red Room focuses on the First Lady's Fostering the Future program tied to her Be Best initiative, a public awareness campaign that promotes children's well-being by addressing social, emotional, and physical health and online safety.
This executive order, Fostering the Future for American Children and Families, gives me tremendous pride. It is both empathetic and strategic. I predict this small spark today will ignite a profound and lasting nationwide movement.
The Green Room celebrates family fun with presidential Lego portraits of President Trump and George Washington, while the East Room features patriotic red, white, and blue trees with national symbols like golden eagles, stars, roses, and oak leaves for America 250. A gingerbread White House boasting over 120 pounds of gingerbread is prominently displayed in the state dining room, highlighting the south portico and offering a glimpse of the yellow oval room. Other key features include 75 signature wreaths with classic red bows hung on the windows, 700 feet of garland, 25,000 feet of ribbon, and more than 10,000 blue butterflies, symbolizing transformation and renewal. The White House says, as Americans explore the historic rooms of the White House this holiday season, the 2025 Christmas decorations serve as a reminder that the strength of our nation is found in its people, in our shared values, valued traditions, and the steadfast belief that home is where the heart is.
Reporting from the White House, Mari Otsu, NTD News.
Thanks to Mari for that report. Anytime you get to take a tour of the White House, it's a treat. But wow, to be able to go during Christmas, special.
And a treat from Melania Trump, where she once again stuns us with her classy taste and generosity.
That's right. And a Christmas gem is found in the heart of Washington, D.C., staying in the Beltway. The annual Downtown Holiday Market has become a local holiday favorite. It offers a festive place for the whole family.
We have NTD's Washington correspondent Jack Bradley with more.
Here at the Holiday Market in downtown Washington, D.C., the spirit of the holidays and Christmas is kept alive. It's a great turnout here, hundreds of people passing through.
It's pretty nice. You know, I didn't think there would be this many niche things for people.
Getting hot chocolate.
Oh, the hot chocolate's fantastic, but it is $10, but for the price that you pay, I think it is worth it. Pretty good. It is pretty good.
Every winter, the downtown D.C. Holiday Market pops up in a festive winter village. Twinkling lights, seasonal cheer, local music, and dozens of different food options make this a perfect Christmas market for the whole family. Over 100 local artisans flock to the holiday market to showcase and sell their work. Many of the crafts are handmade and from family-owned businesses.
We are growing lavender and we are making our candles, pillow and body sprays, soap bars and body butters.
I've been doing it for 12 years now. Very exciting to be here every year. I wait for this every year actually, to meet a lot of people, to you know, the atmosphere of the holidays is good. I love it.
It's incredible. It's our 5th year, if I recall. It's one of the most amazing holiday markets I've ever done. The environment here is all about the food and the experience, and it's an atmosphere that recalls for German holiday markets.
This holiday market is one of the best holiday markets I've ever personally been to. It's a couple of different holiday markets, one in the city, like up in DuPont, but this one is like super, super great. Today in the whole market, we're displaying our grand dumplings. This is our grand dumpling. We also have a miso coconut cream sauce as well that goes with it. And it's not as cold as people would think, because when you're back here making food, it gets really warm quick. So it is just, the music is great, and family environment, kids running around, it just kind of like restores that holiday cheer, especially in a time where it's kind of trying times right now. So it's really good to see everybody out and like enjoying themselves.
At one point, the power went out, but that didn't stop this band from jamming out. A few minutes later, the power came back on, and the crowd cheered with excitement.
It was warm, actually, surprisingly. The crowd was good. The electricity was in the air, so it's a good time up for the holidays. And people have been in the holiday spirit, playing holiday music. It just helps with everything. It helps with the energy. And I think right now, in the time, the state of the world is in, we need more energy like this.
Strolling along the holiday market, you may find some other treasures: Russian dolls and Christmas tree ornaments, socks with dozens of different breeds of dogs on them, scented candles, and a ring toss. It's harder than it looks.
It's very Christmassy. Yeah, it's really bright. Everyone looks pretty happy. You know, everyone looks like in the spirits.
It's really cute, really festive. It's really great to see local vendors and just good vibes.
And just down the street, Santa Claus making an appearance, playing Christmas music. The spirit of Christmas and the holiday season is kept alive here at the Holiday Market in downtown Washington, D.C. This yearly tradition is bringing friends, loved ones, family members together to do something very nice for each other during this holiday season. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Jack Bradley, NTD News.
Jack Bradley normally getting after the hard news, then there's plenty of it in D.C. So nice to see a soft story of all those people coming together, sharing Christmas and holiday cheer.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. All right, coming up, we're going to turn to people celebrating the holidays to find out whether they have any favorite Christmas dishes and tunes.
We have NTD's Sam Wong speaking with folks in D.C.
What's your favorite Christmas food?
Ham dinner is a big thing on Christmas Eve with scalloped potatoes and maybe a prime rib. And yeah, every year. Same old with the Christmas china, and I get yelled at every year because we have to do the dishes, but I won't give it up.
Lots of food.
Ham,
turkey, some smoked ribs, everything. Look at us, man. We eat. We're good.
We good.
A prime rib and nice Christmas Eve dinner with the whole family.
Prime rib or turkey?
Yes, definitely.
So we do our family for Christmas Eve. Our dinner always is chili, homemade chili with cinnamon rolls.
My mom makes so many desserts. I mean, caramel popcorn, fudge, cookies, I mean, you name it.
We got to go with the classic turkey.
Turkey, ham.
Turkey and ham. You can ask her. Her Christmas food's a whole lot different than ours. Go ahead.
Filipino food.
Like
yeah.
what?
What? No, pancit, egg rolls.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas song?
Oh my, all of them. When you're able to again sing them with family, all of them's good.
Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. That one's one of my favorites.
All of them, but Silent Night Forever will probably be one of my absolute favorites.
Blue Christmas, Elvis.
Same. Yeah. Blue Christmas, Elvis. Yeah.
You know that Mariah Carey is the one that just comes to mind immediately, but my favorite holiday song. Ooh, do you know Mary Did You Know by Pentatonics?
Yeah.
It's so good. I really like that one. Around Christmas time, I listen to that like almost daily.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the best one in the world is White Christmas by Bing Crosby. I'm a big fan of Bing. Christmas in Connecticut, you know, you can't go wrong.
Sam's always got the best report. Thanks, Sam.
That's right, getting out there, talking to people in D.C. They talked about food and they talked about music. I couldn't agree more. Bing Crosby's White Christmas. I also love some Frank Sinatra Christmas carols as well. But for food, it looks like roast beef and ham are among the top 2 meals for Christmas. But we'd love to hear what you think about best Christmas meal. But coming up, we've got Christmas markets on Lake Geneva in Switzerland. It's drawing hundreds of thousands from visitors around the world. They come to sample the range of sweet and savory dishes.
And bakers in Germany are firing up their ovens to make a sweet, tasty treat that has been around for hundreds of years. Look at the history and tradition of Germans' stolen bread after this break.
I trod on my glasses yesterday, and I had to pay up front for a new pair that I can't even pick up for another 10 days. So I looked for another way, and I found Select Specs. I ordered online. My new glasses just arrived this morning, and I can pay over the next few weeks. This is the way to buy glasses.
See now, pay later with Select Specs. Next day delivery and deferred payment options only at selectspecs.com.
To express how Covenant House changed my life.
Call or go online now and give just $19 a month. We'll send you this comforting blanket as a reminder of the difference you're making in a young person's life. Call or go online now to safeplacetosleep.org.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to NTD. Christmas market on Lake Geneva is drawing hundreds of thousands of visitors from around the world.
That's right. Even Santa Claus and his reindeer are dropping by to provide some holiday cheer. Here's more on the festivities.
Santa Claus has arrived early this year in Switzerland. He and his reindeer ride across Lake Geneva over the Montreux Christmas market. Drinks like mulled help visitors warm up. Montreux Christmas Market was established in 1994.
You have a bit of Swiss wine, a bit of German wine, and a bit of French wine. In terms of taste, it will be a wine that will be lighter. We also offer Swiss hot wine. This is local wine from the canton of Vaud. In terms of taste, it will be a wine that will be more coarse and spicy.
A group of friends started the event to liven up the town, which used to be sleepy during Christmas season. Now, in 2025, the market stretches nearly a mile long. But Old St. Nick is the star of the show.
The Santa Claus, the flying Santa Claus for sure, and the view. You don't have any other market like this with this view on the lake. I think it's pretty spectacular.
Santa's early appearance is only possible with experienced helpers. That's what it takes for the flight across 1,200 feet of zip line.
And it's a specific team from approximately 20 years who is coming every year to make it happen and to build all this. And we can see it's a really long way over the lake.
Most people here are locals, but an increasing number of visitors travel from abroad.
We have between 500,000 and 600,000 visitors a year here, and 50% of them are from Switzerland, and the other 20% are from Europe, and 30% are internationally coming from Asia or other country, Asia and America.
Alice Mann and Maya Khan are visiting from New York City. They came here to see Santa.
Yeah, well, we wanted to come to visit the Flying Santa and the Chillin Castle, but we love it. It's our first day here. It's really nice. Very much holiday market vibes, Christmas vibes, so yeah, we love it.
Khan said she wanted to try one of Switzerland's most famous products.
We just heard in New York, like, Swiss chocolate is very rich, very creamy, and we just wanted to check that out.
Nearby towns along the lake host their own Christmas markets as well. In addition to sweets, visitors can enjoy traditional cheesy Swiss fondue and other savory treats. Santa might need some to fuel up for his upcoming trips.
What an amazing setup right there on Lake Geneva in Montreux, Switzerland. All that yummy food, that
And the
warm
view.
wine. Right, the view. Hanging out in the Swiss Alps. Looks like and the Santa spottings too.
Yeah, what a dream.
Yeah, so nice.
And this time of the year, bakers in Dresden, Germany are making sweet, tasty treats that locals say taste like family and history.
Let's take a look at how a German Christmas food tradition continues to thrive.
Excited customers line up at this market to buy the famous seasonal pastry. Bakers in Dresden have been making Christmas Stollen for hundreds of years, and it is now a treasured tradition.
Der Stollen schmeckt nach Weihnachten.
Stollen tastes like Christmas, like family, like tradition, like hominess, peace, serenity. And there are just so many aromas in it that have combined with each other, coming from all over the world, which is simply a wonderful symbiosis.
For Chef Tino Garrick, making the sweet treat is an essential part of Christmas preparations. Dresden Stollen comes with strict rules. Butter has to make up at least 50% of the flour content. Margarine, artificial preservatives, and artificial flavors are not allowed.
We have exquisite ingredients inside. Citron, orange peel, raisins, almonds, a little bit of marzipan, and together it is simply wonderful.
It is usually cut on the first weekend of Advent, the 4-week period leading up to Christmas, and served with Christmas cookies. The dessert is often called Christstollen for symbolic reasons.
It is a yeast pastry with many fruits, and what it is supposed to symbolically represent, when you take it out of the box, is the Christ child wrapped in swaddling clothes.
In 2024, more than 5 million loaves were sold. About 20% were exported. Austria and Switzerland are the main countries of export.
I just love how the master baker really encapsulated the holiday spirit. It's in the senses, the taste, something that reminds you of your childhood, that tradition. And it's different for everybody, but everybody seems to have that joy and that spirit, and they want to share it with their community. So nice, so nice. Well, look, we do have to wrap up the show here, but from Alice and I and the entire NTD Good Morning team, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. We won't be here tomorrow, but tune in anyway because we're going to have NTD original programming, but we'll be back on Friday.
And for around-the-clock original news coverage, watch us live at ntd.com/live or download our app. I'm Alice Tang.
I'm Carrie Dunst. Have a great Christmas.
And happy holidays and Happy New Year, too.